Potion of experience? Holy moly. Well, I'll probably want that. The question becomes, do I use it now and then potentially train my way up to, like, I guess Freezing Cloud? Or we could actually hold on to the experience potion until we find a spell book that, you know, has our name on it, really pulls us in a meaningful way. Because there's no need to decide immediately. We at least have a few moments to mull it over. There's another experience potion in here. I would like that. You have a +6 broadaxe. Holy. Okay, before we deal with you, scrolls of identify are perfect. Okay, there's our teleportation sorted, because that may have some immediate consequences in our decision making here. Open this, bring you kiddos for a wee bit of a stroll. I don't have big old wings yet, right? Forget what level that happens. Oh. So, do I try and deal with you kids? I guess you're not gonna one-shot me. It might be close, but should be no cigar. Wait a second, teleportation takes a while to kick in though. That could have been unfortunate and terrible. Yikes. But regardless, we come in here, we sneakily gobble up all of the goodies, dagger speed. Very interesting. And that should be that. Oh, we do have a ring of flight. Oh, son of a gun, I shouldn't have teleported out at all then. We're actually totally safe to fight our friend here. Let's try that once more with gusto, shall we? I did not even recognize. Oh, so I did not recognize the fire burning in your eyes. Chaos that controlled my mind. Said goodbye as you got on a plane, never to return again. Something, something. Well, I don't know where to trade next. Maybe it is high time for a bit of a transition in strategies here. We do have that Freezing Cloud as our only real option here. Alternatively, I train a bit of armor. Maybe a bit of fighting. Oops. See how that does? Oh my gosh, we got a lot of additional experience just from beating this buddy. Oh, +6 broadaxe. I'm almost upset that we're not using axes, because that is pretty spectacular. Never did not unhave it. Truer words had never been spoken. As long as you have the right number of negatives in the sentence, then you're on the right track. Don't let us. Oof. Would have liked to use some flame wave. Fortunately, the dungeon had other plans for us that evening. And beautiful. Another serpent talisman? Excuse me? Oh, also though, a staff of cold. Eh? Get out of here. I don't want to kill this Lemire Sons of Guns. And there you are. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, and we almost got you alone. Okay. Perfect. Just in time for the reinforcements to arrive and not avail too much, so that is fantastic. Ring of Fire I don't need any longer. Fire resistance armor. Let's see, if I swap up to scale mail, how are we looking? Flame Wave is a little bit out of question, or out of the question I could even say, but Demonic Trident probably carries pretty hard in its own right. In fact, even Two-Headed Ogre I'm tempted to just bite down and see how she goes. And speaking of polearms, let's set that cap for 14 and try that one on for size. Snakes and snakes and snakes indeed. There's so many gosh darn snake talismans in my gosh darn dungeon. Well, that's D9. I guess we could go one more floor. Otherwise, I'm tempted to start poking our way into Lair, seeing how we fare over yonder, down that direction. Let's do one more floor of regularly scheduled dungeon. Hello, Maurice. Can I paralyze you, my friend? Pretty solid odds to do so, and then just a bit of poking action. And we get a +2 cloak out of it. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, Crazy Maurice. And burn that son of a gun before we just keep on schmoving, I guess. Oh, it is lovely to have some built-in electricity resistance. No concerns whatsoever for our eel friends, our soon-to-be Unagi friends. Once we get a little bit of that sweet steaming action going on. 14% failure. I mean, we got it to proc, oh my gosh, twice in a row. To what do I owe this kind of luck and pleasure? A troll, on the other hand, we should be able to fight with our vampiric weapon, just barely eking it through. This is an interesting little zone we find ourselves in. Little treasure vault for our trouble. Undead enemies a little bit trickier, of course, seeing as how we don't get the weapon regeneration on those sons of guns, but it is what it is, I guess. And bees, yes please. Come one, come all. Boulder beetle we should be alright against. I want to be cautious of our two-headed friend here. In fact, well, let's try to start with some constriction. Maybe get a wee bit of poison. Start blasting these sons of guns while the boulder beetle is temporarily kind of saving our butts there. Yikes, yikes, yikes. You know what? Let's read a teleport. Reset this. Just play it a little bit on the safe side for the moment, shall we? Overall, not going too bad, though. That was a pretty sketchy group of enemies, and yet we were able to make it through by and large in one piece. Of course, we did get a little bit desperate at the very end, but again, that was just as a precaution. We, of course, never didn't not have it and all that good stuff, but you know, for the sake of drama, sometimes you want to mix it up a bit. Ouch. You, my friend, definitely have a bit of oomph to ya. I'm gonna constrict ya. Constrict ya. There we go. Oh my, a little closer than we otherwise might have liked, but never concerned me for a moment. And, you know what? I'm going to immediately use all my enchant weapon scrolls on this trident. I'm feeling pretty good about the trident. In the future, we're only really likely to swap it out for something that is a much better like stat stick rather than attacking implement, which that we can do regardless of enchantments, since that will by and large, if not always, be an artifact weapon. Holy moly, this has turned into quite the adventure, to say the least. Do I have any cold resistance? I do have some cold resistance. Do also have some scrolls of revelation. Let's read one of those sons of guns. Oh, especially since... Wait, that's an altar. Where the heck is our frozen cave? There we go. There she blows. Oh, Mayman. Hello, my friend. What are we dealing with? Cane Toad Simulacrum. You're gonna be hitting a lot, my buddy, old pal. Old friend o' mine. Okay, that takes care of the Simulacrum, I guess. Let's start with the acid. Bolt of acid did hit a Maimon here, so that's something. Can I? No, chances are I will not be able to paralyze you. Tis what it is. And just deal with you the old-fashioned way. Oh, until that many elephants come in, that is a bit more than I would like to handle. In fact, I should have been slightly more careful with our spam there, seeing as how whatever kind of simulacrum that was coming out of the woodworks could have been a bit of an issue, to say the least. Curious how much work this Ring of the Hair has been doing for us here. My guess is a decent amount. It is doubling our evasion score, so something to be said for that. Let's hopefully get a brief moment to replenish all of our magic points. Please and thank you. There we go. And once more with feeling. Two-headed ogre simulacrum, eh? Yikes. Yikes, yikes. I mean, at the very least, fire is still doing a half-decent job at things here. Having cold resistance and knowing that we cast fire magic was pretty much the be-all end-all of why we decided to head into the ice caves here. Can't believe that wasn't the kind of end section, though. Don't love that. Raises some level of concern, seeing as how it was a little bit on the tricky side. And speaking of, multiple hits from you, my friend, only 17 health. Playing it safe means I should back up. Haven't really used any Ignis abilities, now that I think about it. But let's do it, better safe than sorry. Then we can get some fox fires in the mix. Okay, it was not as effective as desired. That's fine. It is what it is. And there we go. Holy moly. Robe of cold resistance. Not really everything I was dreaming of here, but that's fine. Amulet of Reflection. We don't even have an amulet yet, so that is wonderful. Definitely pop that bad boy on. Get some shielding. Get some potential shenanigans going on. What to do with you? I wish we had ignition scrolls. This would be a tempting time to just burn it all away. I guess Fiery Armor might actually do some numbers. Gives us good defenses and will reflect some damage onto our attackers here, all of which will go potentially go a huge way in the whole, you know, keeping us alive game. Need to take at least one step, potentially multiple, just so I have a blinking option to get the heck out of dodge. At 19 health, I mean, I'm tempted to keep trying to work our way through it. As terrible as a decision, or of a decision as that may be. 14% failure is a bit higher than I would like. I'm surprised we were able to cast it as many times as we were in that little kerfuffle. I'm gonna try and constrict these sons of guns. Alright, most of you are a little too ethereal for that. You don't deal that much damage. If I wait one more time, I'd hope that it kills the freezing wraith, but it's not guaranteed to. I'm also slowed, which is gross. As much as I want to just roll the dice and see if we can't get a little sneaky here, I am going to use the blinking scroll instead. And let's aim to potentially live to see another day. I'm guessing these kids are poison resistant. They are indeed. That makes sense. Summons are almost dusted here. Can I reach out and grab y'all though? If you don't mind, reach out and grab you as well. Okay, we're no longer slowed, so this actually is the time to beat a bit of a hasty retreat here. Fiery Armor lasts a lot longer than I expected, actually. It's still going, eh? I mean, I don't know if it would have gone us out of there anywho. Would have been enough, so still happy to play it safe, make the retreat. What to do with you kids, though? Potentially start with that. And that should do it. Ooh-wee. Nasty business for sure, but we've probably cleared out most of the enemies, right? That's some copium if I ever heard it. And yet, we will, you know, check it out. Bit of exploration, bit of experimentation. I was gonna say never hurt nobody, but that is objectively untrue. What else can we do here? I could learn some more fire magic. I could learn, actually, let's go with conjurations. That should fit into future spell requirements, as well as getting our flame wave to be a little more consistently castable. In our medium armor, I guess. Not exactly heavy armor, but heavier than our spellcasting would like, for sure. Yikes. Alarm traps galore. Let us take you kiddos on a wee bit of a hike. 12%, not actually too bad of a failure rate, so can definitely just throw that out there. I'm thinking up this direction is going to be a bit of a nasty surprise with those alarm traps. Oh, it is nasty just because of that. Honestly, actually kind of works out probably to trigger the alarm trap there. Seen as how it was just a matter of time before the statue summoned something that would have achieved the same results. So potentially actually works out overall, especially since maybe that's as good as it gets. And blast you kiddos just a wee bit. Man, I don't have any great way dealing with this statue. Besides, I guess, battle of attrition. And no real guarantee that that attrition battle goes our way. There we go. Holy moly. Turns out not to be quite as sketchy of an end. Oh, especially Manual of Ice Magic probably makes it all worth it. That is pretty fantastic for us here. We'll grab some boots, throw those bad boys on. And that is our ice caverns. Hoo-wee. Bit of an adventure to say the least, but we got there. So, do I just go back to willpower for secondary ring? It's that or flight, neither of which is incredible, but neither of which is especially terrible either, to be fair. But now that we have that Manual of Ice Magic, I'm thinking we get this Freezing Cloud online. Should be up in but a moment. But the jiffy for us here. And now we're back to actually fighting living things. Look at that. Trident actually doing its job once more. Doing its job with gusto and feeling here. Ring of Flight might have actually been the play now that I'm here dealing with these sons of guns. But hey, it is what it is. And got through without it at the end of the day, I guess. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause. Take me back. That ring mail had intelligence and regeneration on it. Ooh-wee. Don't mind if I do. It's a little lighter than the scale mail as well, so that makes things a bit more castable than they otherwise could have been. 56% failure rate? Probably a bit much. Don't you airstrike me. Maybe I just fight you and we're okay, actually. Ended up being a hell of a lot more straightforward than I anticipated. And with that, we're up to 25 armor class. Not too shabby. That would be pretty solid at this stage, even for a melee combatant. And we have some pretty, let's say, half-decent firepower to back it up. Let's not get too big for our britches just yet, shall we? Holy, fantastic. Well, let's find our stairwell down, and I guess just keep it up for now. Also, thank you, Dargats, for the follow. I've been bad for noticing those lately. Definitely gone out of the habit watching the feed, but welcome, welcome. And hopefully the rest of Lair goes along a similar path here. Immediately starts to get a little bit sketchy with those manticores, but nothing we can't handle. In fact, Yak Pack, we out-heal the damage they put in, even when we're in a terrible, terrible placement. So that was lovely in its own right. But I think I will try to cast this. We did get you to slow down, so I guess in some ways, victory, we have victory, but regardless, able to take care of an 8-headed Hydra already on Lair 2 is a pretty wonderful feat for us, so very happy to see it.